Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Jazz y bienvenidos a Noiselab TV Live. Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Jazz y bienvenidos a Noiselab TV Live. Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Jazz y bienvenidos a Noiselab TV Live. Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Jazz y bienvenidos a Noiselab TV Live. Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Jazz y bienvenidos a Noiselab TV Live. Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Jazz y bienvenidos a Noiselab TV Live. Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Jazz y bienvenidos a Noiselab TV Live. Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Jazz y bienvenidos a Noiselab TV Live. Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Jazz y bienvenidos a Noiselab TV Live. Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Jazz y bienvenidos a Noiselab TV Live. Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Jazz y bienvenidos a Noiselab TV Live. Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Jazz y bienvenidos a Noiselab TV Live. Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Jazz y bienvenidos a Noiselab TV Live. Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Jazz y bienvenidos a Noiselab TV Live. Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Jazz y bienvenidos a Noiselab TV Live. Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Jazz y bienvenidos a Noiselab TV Live. Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Jazz y bienvenidos a Noiselab TV Live. Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Jazz y bienvenidos a Noiselab TV Live.
Ja? Hola, buenas. Estamos aquí en Noiselab TV. Hoy es un stream especial porque hoy en la noche vamos a tener a Paul Ryder de los Happy Mondays mezclando en el Imperial. Entonces, los que tengan preguntas antes de verlo hoy en la noche, bueno, pues aquí vamos a estar un rato platicando con él. La voy a hacer toda en inglés y yo creo que no la voy a traducir. Esperemos que la gente que está viendo pueda entender, y si no, pregunten por el chat y ahí les van a estar contestando. Hi Paul, how are you? Welcome to Mexico. First time here? Or?
No, I've been to Cancun.
Okay, well that's not Mexico, that's the Caribbean. It is. It is like totally different. And you like it there?
Yeah, I liked it, yeah. I like the food.
Yeah. Well, here you're going to try the real stuff, the real tacos and those things.
Cool.
So, tell us a little bit. Happy Mondays are a legend. All the Manchester scene is something that we Mexicans love. Cool. We love all the bands. We know we've had the chance to have some of them. Happy Mondays never.
No,
we never had the chance.
We never made it.
Yeah, we never made it. Probably you were too busy partying somewhere, so
yeah,
didn't make it in Mexico.
Although Sean's other band made it, Black Grape. I believe they played in Mexico.
I don't know, ¿eh? Dan, ¿vino Sean a tocar alguna vez?
No, es que me he enterado.
No, yo creo que no, ¿eh?
No.
I think no.
Oh, okay.
Probably Iguana in Tijuana. There's like this underground club. Everybody's played there, but I mean it's like totally different. That's somewhere else. That's a border.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about. We all seen 24 Hours Party People, and we all know, and we love Manchester, the Hacienda, and Peter Hook is a regular in Mexico. So you have a following here.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know.
Well, now you know. Now you know. Tell us a little bit about how was Manchester at the beginning.
Well, when I was growing up in Manchester, it was a real. It was still like in the industrial era. Everything was dark and like the city centre.
Yeah.
Nobody went there at night.
Yeah.
You know, there was no bars there was no clubs, you know, it was just, that's when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And as I'm reaching like the age of 18, suddenly little bars and clubs was opening up because of the punk scene.
Yeah.
People was just opening basements and having bands on there.
Yeah.
You know, and it kind of grew from that up until... things started to change after Tony Wilson had been in New York for a while, because there was lots of old industrial buildings in Manchester.
Yeah.
Him and his friends started to buy them up and turn them into loft apartments, which was city centre living, which nobody did. You know, and it all kind of flowed on from there. You know.
So it was like the lifestyle change.
Yeah, the whole city centre of Manchester started to change. You know, people started living there. There was clubs opening up, and bars, and the music scene was kicking off in the you know in the late.
Which is very important because Manchester is a large city in the UK, but I mean compared to other cities in the world, it's not that big. No. And how come a city like Manchester suddenly has like really one of the biggest and largest bands ever? Like from you, New Order, obviously Joy Division, the Smiths, and Oasis. That they've been like, and the genre that you plays. I mean, you're like the factory kind of a New Order like dance and those things, but I mean the Smiths are totally different, and Oasis are totally different.
I blame the weather because it's always raining.
So you have to be inside.
You've got to be inside, and you got to be with your mates,
jamming with your friends.
Yeah, it's not much else to do.
But that's something very important because you've been Manchester band. It's always been formed by friends since you were kids.
Yeah.
That was the Happy Mondays were like that as well?
Yeah, me and my brother, and I knew the drummer, Gary, and the keyboard player from being like 5 years old. Yeah.
And how do you decide what you're going to play? Because it's like everybody wants to be the singer, no?
Yeah. Sean was obviously the first saying, I'm going to be the singer. He wanted to be the singer. Gary, when he was like 14, he already had a drum kit.
Okay.
And when I was 15, I got my first bass guitar because I thought I chose the bass because it only had 4 strings.
It was easier. So,
Yeah.
It's like Peter Hook. He's like, I don't know how to play.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't. He says that he only can play New Orders or Joy Division songs. He doesn't play anything else.
I'm very similar. Yeah.
But then that's how you create your own style. No?
That's how you create. Because I couldn't read music either. You know, I was just listening to records and trying to copy what was on a record. And I didn't know what notes I was playing, so it just turned into my own style.
But then in a band like Happy Mondays, bass and drums, like the percussion section, it's like the most important because it's like dance. It has a beat, no?
Yeah. Well, I was brought up on Motown music.
Yeah.
And the Rolling Stones, which is rhythm and blues, which has got a groove anyway. You know.
Yeah.
I was brought up on that, so it's kind of in me from being a little kid.
Okay.
The groove thing.
And making music was like, who was writing, or you were all together in a room?
Most of the Monday stuff came from the bass line. You know, I'd have to. Nobody else could think of anything, and it was like up to me.
So it was more like making electronic music.
Yeah.
So you create a bass line. Then some percussion, and then you come up with
Gary would put a beat to it, and then we just layer it on.
And were you using sequences and a lot of electronic stuff?
Not for the first. Was we on the second album? Definitely not on the first album, which was produced by John Cale from the Velvet Underground.
Yeah.
We had the songs already written, and we went in the studio and just played them live and recorded it. You know, so there was no sequences on that. It was all kind of as a live band.
Okay.
But by the time of the second album, we was using sequences.
Okay.
Yeah.
And live, how was the setup when you were playing live?
A mixture of electronic bass lines on sequence and me playing over the top of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes a bass playing and you playing on top of that one with another.
With another one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
very much like New Order.
Yeah. Very much like that.
Did you play last tour at Coachella? Were you there or not? Or it was like only Sean?
No, it was Sean.
Okay,
it was just Sean.
I saw that show. Tony Wilson was presenting the show.
That's right. He introduced them on stage.
Yeah, I had a chance to meet Tony 1 year before.
Oh, cool.
1 year before, then he got sick and he passed away.
It was a shame. It was a shame when he died. Yeah,
totally. Because he was very nice. I had a chance to talk to him for a little bit.
Really nice.
He was an amazing, sweet guy,
and
still one of those souls that wants to make more things. No.
Yeah.
In the city and those things.
In the city, yeah. Like I said earlier on, the whole of Manchester city centre is now different from what it used to be because Tony of what he did. Yeah.
He's like Peter Saville. He's got this charge in Manchester. He's the art director of the city of Manchester, which is amazing that a designer that was also a very factory guy, and he designed from the Hacienda look and everything, all the covers, and then he's the one that says, I like this in the city or not, no?
Yeah.
This is very interesting, no?
It's amazing what he's done, yeah.
And you still get along with all of them? Because why did you move to LA?
I just had enough of England.
Okay.
I was over in America doing a DJ tour.
Were you hanging with Tim Burgess that he used to live in LA as well?
No, he kind of left as I arrived.
Okay. Yeah, he left like last year and you just arrived?
I've been there 3 years.
Okay, yeah.
So I did see him at Coachella.
He's amazing, huh?
He's I had a chat at Coachella because I know him from back in Manchester, but we never met up in LA.
So you moved. You were tired of.
Yeah, I just had enough of English weather.
I know. You have a tan. Is that an LA tan, or?
I just go brown very quickly.
I bet you go to the beach every day, or you go to one of those tan beds in
No, the tan stops there.
Beverly Hills.
From there onwards, I'm white.
Yeah.
Just there and there.
The perfect color.
Yeah.
And then, well, you form a band and then you release a record like...
I did, yes.
3 years ago.
3 years ago, yeah. A band called Big Arm.
Yeah, and it was very good.
Oh, right, yeah, it was... I think I made a mistake by not calling it Paul Ryder, because nobody in England knew who Big Arm was.
Yeah, so, that sometimes that happens.
Yeah. But apart from that, I was really pleased with it. You know, and I'd never sung before in my life. And I couldn't find a singer for the band, so it was like, I'll have to do it myself. And I was pretty pleased with the results.
And why did you... that band's still going on or not anymore?
No, not that band. I'm in the middle of writing a solo album. That's going to be released, hopefully, next year sometime.
Really? No, that's good.
I'm halfway through writing that in LA.
Okay. And are you working with movies, TV shows, or making music for anything?
I did a lot of TV shows in England. I did like 7 or 8 different TV shows, music for them. But I've not done any of that for a long time. It's quite easy because you don't have to write a full song. You know, you only have to write 30 seconds.
Yeah, I know.
And you can use the same piece over again. But I
only a good idea, and that's it.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we're gonna watch a video, and then we have people asking questions. Okay. So, what video do you have there, Ivan?
Tengo step on para empezar.
Yeah, we're step on.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. Estamos de regreso con Paul Ryder de los Happy Mondays y me estaba contando unos chismes que no puedo decir porque eran así como más privadones, familiares. Tell us a good story about Manchester, because it was like the Hacienda was like the beginning of everything, no?
Yeah.
Do you remember those days, or you don't remember?
I remember the early days of the Hacienda when the most people you got in there on one night was probably about 20 people.
Yeah.
And the Hacienda was like that for a few years.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't making any money, not many people going there. And
it was like a kind of a factory.
Yeah,
thing,
it was their experiment. It was a club for them.
Everything, like the record label, everything was like that.
Yeah, even the videos was made in-house. But it was empty for many years. And then, was it with the introduction of ecstasy? I think it kind of got full.
Yeah, because it became like a place to get high and have fun, no?
Yeah. I remember it being like a 2-year period of being full on partying all the time. I mean, I don't remember much about it, but I do remember that it happened. Yeah.
And it was weird because at the same time it was like since it was like the place for doing drugs, it was also the place for selling drugs.
Exactly, yeah.
So it was like there was the dealer and there was another dealer and there was like the fights and all those things.
Yeah, and it was quite friendly.
Yeah.
You know, there was nothing nasty about it.
Because it was ecstasy.
Because it was ecstasy, yeah. I suppose it was when other drugs got introduced into the club, it started to go a bit dark and like, you know,
I know.
The gangsters moved in, you know.
But they were okay with you? I mean, you were like a family living there, no?
Yeah, it was okay with us, yeah.
They were fighting each other?
They was fighting each other, but, you know, in the club as well, which kind of just spoiled the atmosphere.
And there was like the Manchester pride, like all of you were like, hey, we're part of this.
Yeah.
We're like the coolest bands in the world. Because I mean, like, there was a moment when there was like everything was happening in Manchester.
Yeah.
It was that pride, like, hey, I'm from Manchester. Because you have like that walk and those things, no?
Yeah, I've always had that walk around. We've always, you know, it just happened at that particular time. A lot of bands just came through.
Were you helping in other bands?
Yeah, we was always supportive of bands, new bands. You know, I mean, a lot of bands that had made it. The support band had to pay to go on tour with and open the show for a band, but we never had bands paid to come on tour. We'd invite bands and pay them.
Yeah.
You know, so
that was a way to activate the scene.
Yeah.
So there was no like competence, like, hey, we don't like that band. It was like we need more and more and more and more. Or you had like something like.
I always wanted to be better than the other bands. Yeah, but there was no nasty competition.
And were you hanging out with the other bands, like New Order and?
Yeah, definitely with New Order, because we was on the same label, and they was like, you know, they was really good to us when we was trying to break through.
And with the Smiths, were you? But that was like another scene, no?
Yeah, we didn't. Not while the Smiths was together. I didn't really hang out with them, but I do know Johnny and Andy, and they become good. They become good friends over the years.
Yeah.
So.
Johnny's amazing.
He's
super
great.
sweet, no?
Yeah.
And really, he's one of the most talented guitar players, no?
He's great.
He's great.
Yeah, genius.
He plays different,
Genius.
Yeah, he's a genius. Who else? Morrissey?
Never met Morrissey.
No.
I heard his difficulties.
I was a label, and he came and he didn't say hi.
Didn't?
Yeah, and we were the record label at that time.
Sounds like Morrissey.
Yeah, Alan McGee told me funny stories about Morrissey.
You can tell me off camera.
Yeah, I can tell you. And well, do you have any one of those? Tell us what happened that time that you went to record a record, spent all the money and didn't do anything.
In Barbados?
In Barbados. Is it true, or it was worse than that?
It was worse in some aspects. Some of the stuff you saw in the film didn't really happen. We did come back from Barbados with just music and no lyrics.
Okay.
It was interesting.
And that was obviously on purpose, no? He wanted to be like, hey, we wanted this. And
no,
this
it wasn't. It was just...
The words didn't come out.
They just didn't come out. It was,
and
considering what went on, I think Chris France and Tina Weymouth, who produced it, they did a fantastic job at keeping us together and actually getting music out of us. It's one of my favourite Mondays albums.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And another one. And we have some questions, no?
Sí. Una que si realmente odia las palomas.
One that they're asking if you really hate doves.
Doves? Oh, pigeons.
Pigeons.
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah?
Vermin.
They're like rats, no?
They are rats.
Sí, son ratas. Another one.
La otra. Que si puede haber un tour, una Sid Manchester tour en el 2012, además de los Stone Roses.
Somebody's asking if you can reunite, get together next year, and also the Stone Roses, because the Stone Roses just said that they're touring and they sell out like.
Yeah, they've sold out in England, and they're planning a world tour. Yeah.
But do you think you're gonna?
Not until when me and Sean finally start talking again, then maybe.
El punto es que necesitan primero ponerse de acuerdo los hermanos. It's like the Manchester thing, no? Like the Gallaghers, the Ryders.
Yeah.
And like Hookie and Barney, they were like brothers.
They were like brothers.
And really, they can stand each other. Mm-hmm. What do you think, for example, that New Order is touring without Hookie? That's not New Order, no?
Are they going to do that?
They already did it. They played Belgium, like 2 or 3 shows. Belgium and Paris.
Really?
New Order without Hookie.
It wasn't Bernard's new band, Bad Lieutenant?
No. It was New Order, and it was Stephen Morris. It was Barney. And Gillian.
Wow. Who was on bass?
I don't know. Probably the Bad Lieutenant one. I don't know.
Yeah.
But still, the thing is that you don't see Hookie. It's not New Order, no?
No, it's definitely won't be the same.
And a couple of weeks ago, Hookie came to Mexico to play the Unknown Pleasures tour.
Yeah.
As Peter Hook.
Yeah,
he didn't say he was New Order, but still, I didn't see the show because I was in Mexico. But what do you think about that New Order playing without Hookie?
It's a bit strange.
It's like the Happy Moon Spring without you, no?
Yeah.
I'd say so. I think bass players are trouble always.
That's because we're too laid back, you know. Bass players are more laid back.
But that's what I'm telling you. Like in Manchester, bass players like Manny, although they're like Andy Rourke was bass player as well.
Andy Rourke, yeah.
All of you are like, okay.
Otra que pregunta si piensa que ya la música pop perdió su sentido y si va a tocar con iPod o
They say that if pop music lost sense, sense in a way, and if you're gonna play, how you play it with a iPod, or CDs or vinyls?
When I'm DJing?
Yeah.
Oh, CDs. Yeah.
So you still burn your CDs,
I still burn CDs, yeah.
Do you don't like to play with computer and those things, or?
I do at home, but the laptop I've got at the moment isn't reliable enough.
Really?
Yeah.
So you can be playing, then suddenly.
Yeah, and suddenly, poof.
Okay. So you can there's a video that I saw when Hookie's playing, and you listen that he's mixing. You listen the music is being mixed, but he's not doing it. So it's like the trick that he's playing like a
just
mix.
presses a button.
Yeah.
One button.
Yeah. No. And how do you choose? What are your interests in music right now?
Who do I like at the moment?
Do you like new stuff, or really you don't find anything very interesting?
I'm trying to think what the newest stuff is that I've heard. From Manchester, I like the Ting Tings.
Yeah.
I think they're fantastic.
Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah. But they're not that new.
That's
they're
true.
Like 3 or 4 years old.
That's true. But see, I'm out of the loop.
So you play tonight. What are you gonna play? Like Manchester?
I'll play some Manchester stuff. I'll play a bit of Rolling Stones.
Okay.
I'll play
Motown sometimes.
I've got some Motown with me. Who else do I like? I like the Killers. Maybe play some of them. A mixture.
A mixture, yeah.
Yeah.
And people come and ask you for the classics. When you play Happy Mondays, they go like, whoa.
I'm not sure. I hope they
No,
do.
but I mean, in other cities.
Oh yeah.
You have like a residence in LA, or
No.
you go out in LA?
Yes, I was out there last Friday, actually.
Okay, where did you go?
It was a place called Harvard and Stone, a bar. They had a band on, and I was guest DJ.
That's something that you don't find a lot in LA, no?
No.
They're like the Whiskey, the Roxy, all those
Yeah.
things, and they're like super cool, but they're not that small. So like new bands, new bands don't play there, no?
Yeah, you've got to know where to look.
Exactly.
I mean, Silver Lake at the moment is
I
the
know,
place
Los
to be.
Feliz, Silver Lake, that's like the hot area.
That's right.
But for example, I think that's very interesting in London and in Manchester, Liverpool. You go to a city and then you can see 20 bands playing the same night.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if there's like for 50 people or 200 or 250. Never big venues, always small venues, and sometimes amazing bands playing to few people. And I think that's the only way to become more and more good at what you do, no?
Yeah.
Because if you don't do it good, there's another one doing it.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
There was a moment when Manchester was like that.
Oh yeah, definitely like that. You know, there was, like I said before, there was lots of little clubs opening up.
Yeah.
You know, and if you was crap, then you just get pushed away because there was always more bands. There's a hell of a lot of bands in Manchester.
Yeah.
Still.
And how did you approach Tony? With a demo, or hey, here we are?
Actually, I was Peter Hook's postman.
No way, really?
Yeah.
So just
I used to deliver his post.
Okay.
And then I knocked on his door and gave him a demo cassette.
No.
Because we used cassettes back in those days. And he passed it on to Factory. He passed it on to Rob Gretton and Tony Wilson. And then, you know.
And Rob was managing you as well?
No, Rob didn't manage us.
Who was your manager at the beginning?
We had a manager who owned a clothes store in Manchester. Okay. Who actually went to school with Mike Pickering. Okay. And Mike was A&R at Factory. Yeah. And they got hold of the cassette at Factory at the same time as we got Phil managing us. And it all kind of...
So it was like a big family, no?
Yeah.
For good and for worse.
Serendipity, everything just came together nicely.
Were you getting haircuts from Andy, the hairdresser?
Yes.
Yeah? I know him, he's a good guy.
Andrew Barrett?
Yeah.
I know Andrew.
He's in London. My friends work there.
Really?
Getting haircuts at Viva on Lexington.
Yeah, I know.
It's very cool. He's super sweet. And it's very funny because he's like working and everything, and sometimes you see people that is like, I want the Morrissey one. So they come like this and they go out with the Morrissey one.
That's right. He used to do Morrissey's quiff.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Wait, was he cutting at the Hacienda or somewhere?
He was in the basement at the Hacienda. They opened the dressing
So it was
rooms.
like a concept place.
Yeah.
Now we call those things concept, no? Where you have like everything.
Everything was there. Hairdressers, video makers.
And were you ever asked to be partner of Hacienda or Factory, like partner?
No.
No, it was only Tony and Rob and
Alan Erasmus.
Okay.
No, I'm a musician, I'm not a businessman.
That's very cool. O sea, ¿alguna pregunta más o queremos ver un video más y ya nos vamos a arriba, no?
Hay una pregunta que dice, ¿por qué piensa que las bandas de Britpop están volviendo a ver a México ahorita y no hace 20 años?
Okay, there's a question then. Why do you think that Britpop bands are coming to Mexico now and not 20 years ago? Because we've never had New Order or you or the Smiths.
Wow.
Never.
I don't know why we didn't get here 20 years ago. Was maybe there wasn't the right promoter at the time.
Yeah, I think, well, I know one of the reasons was like there were no shows in Mexico at that time. First show that started like shows on a regular basis in Mexico was like in Excess in 1993. Before that, it was impossible to see shows in Mexico.
Really?
It was a government thing, so it was really impossible. Not in Mexico City, and if nothing happens in Mexico City, nothing happens in Mexico. And that was one, and the other one, of course, if you were like so busy touring other parts of the world, it's impossible to come for a show, something like that. Anyway, ¿algo más o ya nos vamos a arriba?
Otro día si quieres.
Vamos a regalar algún boleto. Dan. ¿Dónde está Dan? Dan Calter. ¿Quieres regalar un boleto para hoy en la noche?
Sí, digo, con una pregunta que quieres.
No sé, le voy a decir a Paul, I want you to ask a question so we can give away a ticket for tonight.
Oh, okay.
It has to be a hard one, huh?
Has to be a hard one?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Well, the Mondays didn't actually write Step On, so who wrote and recorded He's Gonna Step On You Again?
Okay.
Is what it was originally called.
Okay, ya la pregunta es quién fue quien grabó y escribió Step On, que no es el nombre original de esa canción, sino es Who's Gonna Step On
You Again.
Who's Gonna Step On You Again. ¿Quién le escribió todo esto? Porque realmente no es de ellos. Y ahorita nos vamos a ir y les vamos a ver con un video. Que nos manden un... The answer has to be by Twitter. Un Twitter @Noiselab y con el hashtag Paul Ryder. ¿Ok? Bueno, thanks Paul.
Okay.
Nice meeting you. And let's hope to see you soon. And let's see your show tonight.
Cool.
Gracias.
Should you be in here watching that?
Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Jazz y bienvenidos a Noiselab TV Live.